in which plants make their food.
Okay, we're like playing a cycle where plants go to feed itself.
Where plants make their food.
Photosynthesis.
Carbon dioxide.
Plus.
Water.
Plus.
Sun. No. Energy.
Equals sugar or glucose.
Plus.
Oxygen.
Photosynthesis.
All right, so let's get some notes on photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, as you heard your classmates say, is the process in which a plant makes food. The process in which a plant makes food. So a plant, you know, as I've mentioned earlier in class, a plant cannot go out and cook itself a steak or make itself a sandwich or eat some chips. A plant has to make its own food, and it does that internally, and it does that through a process called photosynthesis. Remember, plants have an additional part that animal cells do not, and that's called the chloroplast, and that's where this happens. So photosynthesis occurs in the chloroplast. The chloroplast is also the structure that contains chlorophyll, which is what gives plants their green color. During photosynthesis, plants use carbon dioxide, water, and energy from the sun. They need those three things. Using those three things, they're able to make sugar, which is their food, and the sugar is referred to as glucose. But glucose is their sugar, which is their food. And they also produce oxygen, which is important to us. So that is the process of photosynthesis. Let's draw a picture. So in your notes, just go ahead and draw just a simple flower or plant or small tree. Anything will work. That's a plant that's going to do photosynthesis. You don't have to label these parts. This is just the one that I'm using. But you can see the parts of a flower here that are labeled. These parts are important for photosynthesis. Let's go ahead and basically, here's what happens. Let's get a couple things drawn here. Remember, during photosynthesis, plants are going to take in carbon dioxide, which, let's just go ahead and start abbreviating. It's a lot simpler. CO2, which means carbon dioxide. So they're going to take that in. So draw some arrows, you know, it's coming in. They're also going to take in energy from the sun. So up here in the corner, let's draw a sun. And the plant's going to take that in. And we can label that energy. And the plant also needs to take in water. Obviously, it's going to get water, which we're going to call H2O. Get that from the ground. It should come in through its roots. So now we need to just put some plus signs in between here. So energy plus carbon dioxide plus water is going to go into the cell, and in turn, the cell is able to make glucose. Now, glucose is sugar, and sugar is C6H12 O6. So that is its food or sugar, which is glucose. 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 As a side product from making glucose, the plant is also able to produce, let's just bring an arrow coming out, oxygen, which is O2, something that we need. That is the process for photosynthesis. Please get that added to your notes. As you saw in the video, there actually is a formula for writing this down. So let's go ahead and at the top of your page, go ahead and write formula. And this is the formula for photosynthesis. We pretty much just did it, but let's go ahead and write it out in a clear format. And we're going to add some additional numbers to it. Basically, you need 6 carbon dioxide, so 6 CO2. You also need 6 waters, so plus 6 H2O. Plus the sun, or energy. And that is going to equal, or yield, which is this arrow sign, sugar, which is glucose, remember, C6, H12, O6, and as a byproduct, it also puts out water, puts out oxygen, so plus 6 O2, puts out 6 oxygens. That is the formula for photosynthesis.